Didn't see you there. Hey, Jed. Hey, the people.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hi. When do y'all get here?
I don't know,
Hey.
Mark.
Mark! Hey, Mark! Oh, there you are.
Yeah, what's
Hey,
up,
bud.
man?
Oh, hey everybody, Jordan here,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Guess we're starting.
welcome to
Yeah,
the
I guess
show.
we're here. Welcome to Gentleman's
Cool.
Grill. Glad to be back.
Yeah, for another episode, another amazing episode.
Yeah. So Lance just jamming on the guitar. Man, how long have you been playing guitar now? Because I remember you played that in high school a lot, too.
Oh, probably, dude, going on over 10 years. I couldn't tell you exact, but over 10 years.
Over a decade.
Well, actually, if you think about it, like 10 years is nothing anymore.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Dude, probably close to 15 years, which is like
great.
kind of ridiculous.
Majority of your life.
Feel like I haven't learned shit on the guitar, man. But like, I can play. Like, if anybody were to grab another guitar and I jam, we can jam. But do I know exactly what I'm doing? I couldn't tell you. But sounds good.
sounds good.
That's
I mean, that's one of those things that like you can never know everything, right? Because it's it's an art form, it's expression. Like you can always do something a little bit different. You can always just I know there was one guy that like just tuned his guitar super loose, and that was like his style.
Yeah, and once you get into tuning, it's like endless, right? That's just the end all, or that's just like the yeah, it's endless. But yeah,
Infinity.
but yeah, how you guys
Exactly.
been? Mark, Jed?
Good.
Decent.
Yeah.
Work's kicking my butt, scratching me up. Took a deck board to the face the other day. That happened.
Dang.
But hey.
How did that happen? How do you take
So,
a board to the face?
we were
Yeah, Mark, I don't know. That's never happened to you before. Yeah.
It did.
we were
That's right.
tearing apart this deck, and I missed demo day because my bathroom was getting some work done. And when I got there, the only part of the deck that hadn't already been like torn off and removed, besides like the joists and studs that we put the new deck on top of, was a small part of the deck that goes under the hot tub. Because it had a good sized hot tub on the deck. So once we got the new deck up to a point where we could move the hot tub onto the new deck, we did. And then I was tearing apart the old deck while they continued building the new deck. And then afterwards, we were piling everything. Everything was piled up, and we were moving it into the trailer to take it back to the shop and put in the burn pile. And just a bunch of loosely stacked boards. Grabbed one, whole pile shifted, swung around, hit me in the face. So that was cool. But I mean, hey, we put our blood, sweat, and tears into every job we do. I also scraped the heck out of my calves, which is just when you're working between joists under a deck, kind of happens. But then I also got super bad sunburn on top of those scrapes. So, it's not a fun time walking.
Jeez, man.
But hey,
you're getting hammered with bad luck here.
Yeah, my hands are all tore up. It's whatever. It's carpentry for you.
Oh yeah.
I just put my boss's CNC together. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. I always like those machines.
Where are you working out of? Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, Wisconsin, like North Milwaukee area, cutting edge carpentry. We do, finished basements, decks, frame out additions, not typically additions, but like we framing, we outsource drywall. We try not to do much tile, but it always seems to come back to us. But yeah, mostly like, trim, adding cabinets, adding windows, little finished stuff.
Little upgrades, yeah. I can dig it.
Everybody likes those little upgrades, especially right now. Everybody's been, cooped up in their houses.
So, I've been staring at that
notice
one.
A lot.
Yeah, that one window that's crooked on the top. It's like,
Yep. Or like we just did a third story like half moon window. That was fun. It was just a really old design, on like copper and stuff, and it developed a leak. So we had to go in and fix the window, replace the window with a newer one with the big plastic flanged frame and stuff. Because this was literally just a pane of glass with into some routered wood, like nothing to help you seal it at all. So I did that. That was fun. Not really. Just took me back to working on roofs with my dad. Putting on gutters and stuff, like just climbing up these ladders, being on like steep roofs and trying not to fall off, and looking for water damage. And yeah, it's like a trip down memory lane. It was also super freaking hot.
Yeah.
Call your dad after that, and you're like, "Hey, you doing good?"
Dude, I take pictures of anytime I see like weird gutters or like just bad gutter work. I take a picture and be like, "Hey, man, I hope this hurts you as much as it hurts me, because it's killing me, and I know you know more about it than I do."
That's funny.
Well, I guess people are probably wondering, like, why don't they ever talk about current events or anything? I've actually abstained from watching any news and stuff for like a good month, and I'm like, I feel so much better. Like, I just like feel so stress free. It's just like, unless there's a World War III going on, or even then, man, I don't want to know. I don't just, it's so overwhelming, right? So
Right. And it's like most of the stuff doesn't really impact, your day-to-day life, right? Like, oh, they're gonna talk about another shooting that happened, somewhere else. Like, yeah, if you're close to where that happened, it's important to know about, but that's local news.
And you'll know about it, right? People will be
Yeah.
talking around you about it. If it's near you, if you need to know, you'll get the information.
Like, even if you don't talk to anybody, one of your Facebook friends is going to mark that they were safe, so you'll find out.
Exactly.
But then again, like with that kind of thing, typically it gets resolved, There's typically not like a mass shooting and they're like, the shooter is still at large. Usually there's an end one way or another to that situation. So like, you don't really even need to know about it. Look, unless you were involved, that can just kind of happen. And as long as all of your friends are okay,
this is gonna sound bad.
Affect you.
This is gonna sound bad, but like, speaking of shootings, I got something to show you guys.
Oh,
wait, what? Hey, let's stay monetized there, bud.
does he know how this works? Oh no.
I hope so. But if he
don't do a desktop. No desktop.
We're not gonna out. Hope not.
I don't know. I hope not.
All right, he's back.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, so something came in that I was waiting on for like 2 months because I had it like custom made. So I think it was about 2 months, but it's.
And can you explain what that is to everybody just listening?
It's a in your waist belt holster for my 9, but it's got the Constitution on there.
For his 9.
I remember
that's cool.
You showed this to me, like a picture of it or something. And my first thought was like, what's the point of getting a custom concealed holster? No one's gonna see it. But I mean, it's important because especially with like the Second Amendment, it's important.
Yeah.
Reminder.
Well, it was like, cool. Yeah. So if they ever found it, if they ever found my body or something, heaven forbid, and they found this on it, it's like a reminder of like, oh, Constitution, fucking, hey.
And it's custom, so they can identify your body whenever the wolves eat your face off. So
yeah,
they're like, who is this guy?
Like,
I see this arrow tattoo, but I don't. Oh, the custom holster. This beautiful man.
Yeah,
he stood for great ideas. I like him.
And of course, I don't know if you can see. You probably will not be able to see this. It says.
No, we can't see it.
Made the writing.
Made in the USA.
So it's like, could you imagine getting that and then like it says "Made in China"? Like, what do you feel about that? Bad. Like those people that have shirts that are like USA. They wear it on like 4th of July. It's like you look at their tag, "Made in Taiwan," "Made in China."
Yeah. Exactly. What I want to do is I want to get a hold of a Chinese clothing company and have them print shirts for me for a while. like nothing that they'd question, goofy designs, that kind of stuff, geometric stuff. And then all of a sudden I'll throw in a design that's like fuck China. Or like
Just
it'll have like
get
Xi Jinping with like Winnie the Pooh on it, but it'll say Xi Jinping, and it'd be like print it. I'm paying you to print my clothing. Fucking print it. And then I'll be like, look guys, it's made in China. I made them do it to themselves.
I think
That's awesome.
And then I never hear from them
14
again
other
because,
companies are ripping you off while you're printing shirts over there.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So who's gonna wear that shirt, Jed?
I don't know. Somebody.
I'll wear a Winnie the Pooh shirt.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That says Xi Jinping.
Yeah, I strongly stand for fuck the CCP. So, speaking of that, oh my god, this was a while ago, but you guys want to go down a little story road?
Yeah. I like story roads.
Okay, so back, I want to say let's just say 4 months ago or something like that. China had this big thing against Taiwan about their pineapples because China had went to Taiwan. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Taiwan and China are two separate countries, believe it or not, because they have two separate governments. China doesn't realize that, and Taiwan is trying to convince them. Okay?
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was, they steal IP theft constantly. They're stealing, patents constantly. Data from the rest of the world. China also goes to some places like Taiwan and steals their technology on how they grow pineapples in Taiwan. If you don't know, Taiwan also has amazing pineapples, some of the best in the world. I'm not gonna lie.
Better than Hawaii.
They're really good, man. I haven't had
not
a Hawaii
better than Hawaii's pineapples.
I don't know.
USA.
America.
Yeah, make a shirt that says that, Jed.
Pineapples. There you go. So you're throwing me off, but they steal the technology on how to grow really good pineapples. Their pineapples, they're growing them in mainland China. They're selling them, but they're still not selling as good as Taiwanese pineapples because, for whatever reason, I guess maybe Taiwan was there first. They are super good pineapples. Maybe they weren't able to do just as good. I think that was probably the case. They probably were just a little less quality. Because whenever China steals something, sometimes they can do good things with it, but it's just ethically not right? Yeah. So they block all imports of Taiwanese pineapples, which is hilarious because it would be like, you can't have Idaho potatoes in Illinois because we grow our own potatoes.
Right.
But
I think it's a commodity economic. That's the whole point of it. Is that?
Yeah, because China doesn't want to admit that Taiwan's a separate country. That also just ties in with the whole "you're retarded."
But at the same time, by
CCP.
if you're Chinese and you're like, yeah, Taiwan is part of China, but you're saying that you can't buy Taiwanese pineapples. You're saying you can't buy Chinese pineapples because you got to buy the Chinese pineapples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? What?
There's layers, yeah.
If it's still China, why are you blocking their pineapples, man?
Why would you block, Idaho potatoes from me?
Right.
Isn't that? Wait a second, I thought that was our state. Wait a second, So, all these layers of, a pineapple cake, right? Pineapple have layers, man. So with all this going on, Taiwan is losing out on mass sales. But what ends up happening is the Taiwanese government rallies their people, and they're like, "Hey, this is going to really hit our pineapple farmers. So please go out and just support local business, support local farmers. Maybe buy a pineapple, even if you weren't thinking about it. Just eat one just for us. Support your country, kind of thing."
Yeah.
And then all the other countries that have been kind of messed over by China, like Australia,
tired of their
Japan,
shit.
like Philippines, like Vietnam, you know, like all these countries were like, hey, you know what? We're gonna dedicate and we're gonna help out Taiwan because we believe in fuck China. We're gonna buy Taiwanese pineapples, um, which ties back to what I just seen in the store today. And I actually have a picture. I'm gonna send it to Jed, and maybe we'll put it up here. I seen a Taiwanese pineapple finally hit the supermarket in Japan. It was because the Taiwanese people support their country so much that they bought out all the pineapples, and now we're just able to get pineapples in Japan because we dedicated ourselves to buying pineapples from Taiwan to
That's
support
cool,
them in
man.
their struggle. Yeah, I was
I
like,
would,
oh, it's all coming together. This is awesome.
yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah.
happy.
That's awesome, dude. Do you think if I ordered any, they'd come here and be fresh, or are they that good? Are they that fresh?
they're
I'd
they're
order
good,
some,
but I
man.
don't think they would be fresh.
No,
But
definitely not.
they are great. What I suggest is get a little pineapple cake. They make great like little dessert pineapple cakes from Taiwan, and that would also be supporting them. And it's just something sweet, something nice, and it's a big symbol about kind of put down the Chinese communist government that oppresses everybody, and lift up the ethnically Chinese people of Taiwan that have democracy, that have freedom, that stand for a better way in the world.
Yeah,
And
they're like
that's
the hope. Taiwan is the hope, and we got to protect that hope. In a sense.
mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
That was a cool
yeah,
story.
that is pretty cool, dude.
Speaking of
I even
China,
bought a pineapple for my mother-in-law because she loves pineapple and still helping out. So, it's great.
That's cool, man.
speaking of China, they're teaming up with Russia to go back to the moon and put a base on there. But like also America is just kind of doing it by ourselves. Like, yeah, we're cooperating with like the Canadian
Theory.
Space Agency and
Got
like
a theory.
and JAX, the Japanese Space Agency, but like a large part of it's coming out of American companies and whatnot.
Total
so-
theory. Total
What's your
theory,
theory?
right?
What's your
Might be a
theory, man?
conspiracy, might be not, right? Okay. Put that on. You know how they always like subliminal message you, like that, like in our movies they'll throw little hints and shit like that. Okay, I'm thinking of the movie Interstellar. Do you remember when the teacher said like we never went to the moon? We only said that to bankrupt the Russians and shit like that. Okay, that's what came to my mind. What if they're trying to bankrupt us because they know the U.S. ego is going to be so high on this shit? Like, if we don't do something like that, that like their country's strong as fuck compared to ours. Like we're weak as fuck. So like maybe they're trying to like
Well,
squeeze every little bit they can to get us to do it first. You know how like we had the space race, right?
yeah, like
Oh,
Space Race
like
Mark II.
right.
I'm not sure about the dates. I know that the U.S. has been planning this for like 5 years. Um, I just don't know how long China or Russia has been planning it individually or together. I just don't know. But I know that like now we're running into the problems of like because of decisions they made when they started, things that could have been better now are no longer possible. Like they decided to go with the SpaceX lunar vehicle just to go from the lunar surface up to the station around the moon. And what they would have done now, if they could have, was just use the lunar uh, ships, the lunar version of Starship, the SpaceX ship, and its launch system to go to the moon and be the back and forth ship. But because they already had it planned out and were working on it, they already have this new SLS first stage booster to get out there and like their own vehicle to get to the moon, land, leave a lander, and then take off again. So like because they already had that stuff in the plans, it's now kind of hurting them on the back end. But I mean, these projects are like they're so planned out that once things get started, it's hard to stop them again. So to get back to what I was saying, like I'm not sure who went first, but I'm definitely sure that there's some kind of, country ego involved.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Especially
this
after
also could,
China's fucked up launch where they just tossed a rocket. Like, it's gonna land somewhere. We don't know.
yeah, that's really fucked up.
That was fun.
Also, though, like I can't exactly remember the whole story, so forgive me, internet. But America started rumors about how they had a program where they were like doing kind of like sci-fi experiments and all that to fight the Russians. The Russians heard about this program and then started their own.
Yeah.
And
Right.
because the Russians started one, America actually had to start a program to combat the Russian program in all these different levels, right? So maybe this could be another thing like that, or maybe we could be trying to bankrupt the Chinese and Russians by like, at least throwing their finances into another hole that they
Right.
don't really have. And I just want to remind everybody, China has aspirations to do all this, but they still collect money from most of the world because they're a poor country whenever they want money, but whenever they talk about themselves, they're a strong, rich world power that
China's like
doesn't give
super
any
poor
money
though,
to
right?
other countries.
They're
Remember
like
that.
really poor.
They're pretty poor. I mean, like if you go to the modern cities and everything, they have very, very big, super modern cities. But then you step outside of those cities and it's third world country, for sure.
Well, that just shows
And
communism does.
Yeah.
yeah,
People are still like, people don't get it, man.
Like when my friends went over there for like a class trip or whatever that they did. A lot of the villages they went to, squat toilets. You just
that's pretty
squat
common in
over
a
a
lot of
hole
Asia, though.
in the ground. Yeah, but still, but like, where's the running water? Where's the advanced civilization that we're living in?
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
I
even
get that.
even a podunk little town like Butte, Illinois has running toilets. I mean, it might just be a trough that like 6 guys can pee in at once, and then you flush the toilet all at the same time. But like, and they have stools to poop it. Like, I'm sure.
We actually can manage the waste as well.
Right,
Like we don't just throw it in
yeah.
a field and call it a day. We don't just like dig a hole and then fill it back up whenever we're
Or
done. You know what I'm saying?
or like
Yeah.
get really loose in the lab, and then let something out.
They're starting to say that that's a possibility now, or like
Yeah.
that's more likely than none after they covered it up for a
Well,
year.
of course. What? Yeah,
More?
dude. Of course they're doing it.
This
That's
is
they
crazy.
always do that shit. It's deny first, apologize later. They don't ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Hunter Biden thing where like the media knew that there was all these, pictures and videos of all, Joe's son, being a wild guy. That's his private life. I really don't care. And he's not the president. He's just, his son. But at the same time, like, you covered it up just because, you want XYZ to happen.
Yeah.
And then you later you admit that, oh yeah, we covered it up. So what? Deal with it.
yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna fire the news?
Exactly.
You're gonna stop watching?
And that's what's kind of
Suck it.
scary.
We
Is
don't
like they did. They straight up were like, "Yeah, what's up? What are you gonna do? And what are we gonna do? What do we have a solution? I don't know,
Yeah.
but but I know some people. Well, I don't know them personally, but I've heard some stories of people that were like, yeah, like if I knew that stuff, like I wouldn't have voted for Biden at all. And it's like,
Yeah,
well,
I heard.
that's great. That's great. That we suppress that information.
Mm.
I don't know, and like people are so low information voters that like they just like. I mean, we talked about it in the podcast when we talk about the book. They just they're spoon fed this and that, and then they just regurgitate it without even like looking into anything. So it's just very.
Yeah. It's like you just hate to see him win, right? Like anytime you have that, like those conversations where like, oh, if I had known that about him, I wouldn't have voted that way. It's like, That information was out there. It was available. You just didn't look for it. Or
Yeah,
like,
don't
or
be
even worse.
lazy. Don't give me that
Yeah.
excuse.
Or even worse, you saw it and was like, "Oh, that's not true.
That doesn't fit my narrative.
That's not
Shit
from
like
There's so
my
much
news
fake news out
source."
there. I don't need to look into this. And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, you think that's also like the whole fake news shit? Like, you think that reinforces people who were against Trump, like that the news is real? Like, do you think that they're like doubled down and we're like, well, everything the news says is real?
Yeah.
You know,
I
which
was.
only reinforces the retard, like the stupid people that like just totally believe everything that the news is saying. Oh, the news would never skew any certain way.
Yeah. I saw
All
something
right.
that was kind of interesting. It was like, so Trump used to be a Democrat, right? Until like 2005, like 2001 to 2005, he was a Democrat. And there's photos of him hanging out with like, Senator Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all these people, right? And then something happened. These papers came out that like all these people that Trump was hanging out with were going to this island called Little St. James, ran by this guy named Jeffrey Epstein. And when Trump found out that all of his friends were doing this weird shit on this weird island, he was like, peace, I'm out. And he cooperated with the news sources. He cooperated with the investigation team. And then he became a Republican. And then, like 10 years later, he's running for the president of the United States as a Republican. And all these people that he used to hang out with are just bashing him for all these weird things. The one line, I know we all heard it, grab her by the pussy. That was all over media, right? He said that when he
Right.
was a Democrat in 2001.
I think the party changed, not the other. Like, I because I guess you could say like I am a traditional liberal in the sense, but it's not the same anymore. It's not. It's socialism, dude. It's
What like
very like it's not the same
The
party, bro.
extremes are, yeah.
It's yeah,
I
like
see what
you
you're
hear about
saying.
the far left, the far right. No, that's what it is now because you've divided the fucking country so badly that is the new left, the new right. There is no middle ground. There is for people like I'd like to say like us, right? Who take ideals from this
Yeah.
party and this party and mix them together, and you get Joe Jorgensen, who we need to vote for in 2024. But that's
Hey,
like
man.
how you gonna and it divide and conquer, right? We've all heard this. It works and it's
Yeah.
working. So hey, I don't know. That's just
I
my
mean,
two
you fucking
cents on it.
said it. I mean, it goes back to like if you wanted to list all the best presidents we've had, I don't know anybody that wouldn't list Abraham Lincoln somewhere on that list, right? I could probably say list a few more times in this list of things I can list, but no. So like most people would agree that Abraham Lincoln was one of our best presidents, and one of his most famous lines was that a house divided against itself cannot stand, and that was true during the Civil War. We were fighting against slavery and the belief that some people are lower than others, or vice versa. And now we're in this, not quite a civil war yet, but I mean that's what they want it to be. They want it because that's military-industrial complex, right? So they
Well,
want
I
us
don't
to
know if
fight
that's
against
the
each other.
military industrial complex, but
It might, it might just be that itch for a fight that somebody wants. Somebody up there is just like, as long as we have conflict, I can make some money, right?
well, it's very simple. It's it is this is the whole agenda, guys. You know who the real shit starters are. You know who the people who pull the strings, right? This is no you can deny it if you want. It's the people at the top, right? And as so long as the large vast population at the bottom stays fighting amongst each other, you know, why would they? That's what they need. so they can get
Yep.
away with, more manipulation. It's tactics. It's, it works. It's the hive mind mentality where you get this group all tribalistic up, and then this group all tribalistic up. We're going back. We're not progressing.
Yeah.
Is basically what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna come down to it, and we've already seen it. Like, you just don't. Like, I think we've already seen it. It's just you don't see. It's not the picture that you're thinking. It's not like everybody all at once. Let's go together. No, but what do we have? We have like I don't know. It probably gonna still happen. Like Antifa, right? Black Lives Matter, the Proud Boys. You know, they clash in the streets, right? And it's you think like, oh, it's just a small little thing, right? What happens when it's a huge fucking thing?
Yeah, what happens when somebody escalates?
Right. And then it's really,
I
our
think they
country
have.
really is divided. Right. And it's that little slow progression over time. You don't really see it till it's at your doorstep. And then you realize, oh shit, it's here.
Future is now, old
And then
man.
you and your wife go outside your private community whenever they rip the gate down and get in trouble because you pulled guns out ridiculously to protect yourself in a state that allows it. You know,
No shit, man.
but I digress.
No fucking
Whatever
shit.
happened to that guy?
I think they're fine. They're actually, those two people were civil rights lawyers themselves, and
That's cool.
the guns. I think they're okay. From last I heard, there was no charges filed or anything, and
But they had to move.
like, oh yeah, they're definitely not living where they were. I wouldn't. But come
I
on,
wouldn't
let's be
either.
honest. Nobody wants to live in St. Louis. Like, that's not. Well,
Sure,
nobody wants to live
somebody
in
does, but
East St.
nobody I
Louis.
know.
But like, yeah, St. Louis is not the best place. I mean, I guess if you like the blues, a little bit of hockey action, not a bad place to go.
So, yeah, man. Divided societies, divided mentalities, divided families. They're always pushing these generational gaps too,
Yeah, for sure.
and then they're pushing these gender gaps, and then they're pushing everything. They want us to be divided on everything. Everything.
Population control.
Double meaning there.
Huge one.
Double meaning there. Population control and control of the population.
That's right, Jed. Yeah. I mean, I think, and this is not to say, I want to say this, but part of me, I don't think I should say it. Now there is some hesitation on what I want to say. All right, but I'm gonna try to keep it so not a lot of people get offended. All right, so I'm not against gay people or like bisexuals or anything like that. Not at all. Like, dude, they're some of the nicest, coolest people I know. Deadass. They are.
Love who you want to love.
What I'm saying
One love.
might come off wrong, but it has to do with the population control agenda, I guess is what I would say. A lot of top dogs, Bill Gates, everybody they keep talking about population and how our population is just getting out of hand, and then okay, what I'm trying to get at is, if you're gay, okay, you're not really making babies, right? So I think that's part of the population control agenda. I would call it an agenda. There was a study done, and our generation right now, they're not having kids at all. If anything, they're having pets, and they're calling them their babies. Like, I've got my fur baby, or my just I'm a dog mom. That's always you see that all the time. I'm a dog mom, which is cool. You're taking care of something. You're you know. But and part of me thinks it's also the economy, right? Like because for me, like, dude, you think I'm capable in this economy to raise a kid? Like, I'm sure I could, but like realistically, why the fuck would I? Why would I want to? It would be
Right.
so hard, and it's gonna like maybe it gets to the point to where only rich people can have kids, right? Which that might be the case. That might be what they want. I don't know.
Might be, dude.
And we're just left at the bottom of the pool. Just I don't know.
Floating.
But no, that like I, I don't know. Maybe I'd put too much emphasis on like being hesitant to say all that. But like it's just I don't know. Those are my thoughts as of recent, actually. So
Well, like you guys are a little bit younger than me, so like I see a lot of people my age are on that verge where it's either they have kids or they don't right now quite a bit. And I'll be honest with you, the people that have kids seem to be a little bit happier. They have more structure in their life. They have more reasons to, have a strive and do better. And then the people that don't, it seems like they're like kind of just having a good time by themselves, but they're also the same people that are going out, not getting a lot out of life, just self fulfillment and not contributing to like a bigger picture or something like that either.
yeah, it's a very
Those are just some of
selfish.
the things that I've seen right now in my life, and I mean, there's people that are still, finding self fulfillment, but it's not as much as I guess
Yeah, I
the
think you
other
need to
part of
have goals. Like if you're someone like that, right? Which I'm someone like that. You got to have goals. You got to have something that you can focus on, that you can raise like a child, so you can see it develop and take care of it, like a I don't know, a business, a company, something like that, an investment. Build it up, build something better. Um, you know, so but like people who are just like very selfish about it, and you know who they are really. Um, they don't have the goals. Like they're very I don't know, just kind of time wasting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like very, and they're almost like attention seeking because they don't. mm, Maybe they don't have like the self validation of I'm worth it.
Yeah. They're always seeking that from outside,
Yeah.
They're always getting the new car. They're always getting the new Gucci backpack
Right.
and
Whereas
Prada purses and shit. It's like, but you have 12 purses. Why do you need that one?
right.
Because it says somebody's name on it. Is it a better purse? Does it do the job of a purse better? Does it? No. A lot of times, I've noticed
sometimes
this. A lot of times,
Extra zippers. I mean, storage.
quality.
sometimes it's quality, but sometimes it's just another fucking purse.
No, yeah, sometimes it's keeping up with
Or,
the
or it's just
Joneses.
it's just a T-shirt. Like, oh, you made a T-shirt, and you didn't even add a basic T-shirt blank without the Fruit of Loom logo, and you just put your logo on it. It's the same fucking shirt, man. But now it's Supreme.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
And I mean, yeah, dude. And like I've been thinking about this a lot too, like minimalism, right? Like the kind of people that'll
I
have
can see
like,
you've been thinking about this. That haircut boy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
haircut boy.
Hey, what's going on with that haircut,
hey,
Jack? Can
hey,
can we show the audience what we're working with here?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. Let's start. Oh Lord.
Okay, so
uh,
Jed's talking about being a minimalist, right? Well, that's the first start. He's like, I'm gonna do a self haircut. I got this.
I want to be like Kim Jong Un. I want to cut my own hair.
do
Oh,
you
okay.
ever
So it looks good
feel
from the
like a
front,
waste
but
of
from the
space?
back.
Yeah, and it's hard to like it's hard to cut the back of your head by yourself to begin with, and I also have a fucking ridiculous cow leg, like right here.
Oh yeah.
Like weird
Yeah.
cowlick. So like it's just a pain.
I think you're also, you're kind of investing in your future with this haircut because it'll look way better in a couple weeks.
Yeah, as soon as it starts growing out, it'll look fine. And part of it was my mess up. I was trying to do I wasn't gonna go this fucking short on the sides, but when I was switching out to do my ears, I did my ears, and then before I switched back to it was the 2 guard that I was using. I didn't put it on, and I just went to go, and just bare razor. Oh god, no, that's gonna be a really low spot, and I can't just have one super low spot. So we'll just bring everything else down.
Long story short,
it out, Jed.
cut his hair short.
Yeah.
I figured it out, Jed. You got the beard. You got your hair like that. Maybe put some braids in there. Start looking a little Viking in you. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Look a little Swedish for a little while, or Scandinavian. I don't know.
Yeah, while you're at it,
Icelandic?
lift some weights.
Yeah, lift some weights.
I need to.
Drink mead.
Fucking rose.
I have
Sure,
some mead. I have some raspberry and honey mead.
You have an
It's
axe.
still broken. I still need to fix that.
A Viking wouldn't have a broken axe. Now I'm just disappointed.
Still cuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shorter axe now.
Sits.
Oh, shorter axe now.
Short axe.
It's a hand axe.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess so. It'll work out.
It'll work.
But moving on though, minimalistic, right?
Yeah.
Even though this haircut whack is shit right now.
Yeah. So these are the people. These are people that if they have technology, it'll be like a laptop, and that's what they'll use for their main entertainment system, for their main gaming system, for everything. And they'll have a single chair. They're not trying to entertain their guests. They're not trying to make a super comfortable spot. They just need a place that they can sleep, a place that they can eat, and that's it. They'll have a studio apartment. It'll have a yoga mat, a single office chair, an old milk carton, an old milk crate, as a desk / table, and that's it. That'll be it. And I've been thinking about if I needed to pick up and move today, be out of this apartment.
You put everything in that milk
by the end
crate?
of today. That's what you could do, yeah. And then you put the milk crate on the chair and you just roll it out. But I was thinking I have so much fucking crap. I got my computer, my monitor, my laptop, my cameras, all my files, all my little fucking knickknacks and shit. I got so many pairs of sunglasses that I never wear because half of them are broken that I just haven't thrown away. And if I needed to be out of this place by the end of the day today,
Order.
what would I grab? What would I grab?
Yeah. So you think that since you've been thinking about this, you're going to cut down on your life?
Nay, maybe not quite yet. I think maybe the next time I move, I might. Or at the very least, I'll get better about putting stuff away and organizing it into
throwing away garbage
boxes.
Too?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get rid of a lot of garbage. I just have a bunch of stuff I don't need anymore, and stuff that I need to donate, put away, entirely.
I think everybody has that. So everyone should I think that's the point of spring cleaning, right? Is just throw the old shit out. It's perfect. And it's perfect for me because when I move, I can just throw shit out, right? That I don't, because it's on the way out the door. Does it go in the truck or does it go in the dumpster?
There you go.
Hey. Bada bing, bada boom.
I get you.
So I'm in the perfect time to do that, but
nice, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I'm not going to get rid of though.
Yeah, you should probably get rid of those. Yeah.
Man, these things are awesome.
Can you actually see out of them?
Yeah, okay. I want to know.
I mean, yeah, they're just really shitty sunglasses.
Oh.
You kind of see the dots just kind of blocking your view a little bit, but
did you pay for those?
Oh my god.
I think I was I want to know. On Wish. They were super cheap. I was like,
your future investments.
Yeah, that was $2.
This is an investment. This is hilarious. I have
guess.
pixelated Thug Life glasses IRL. I can meme this whenever I want.
Okay. Let me tell you. Just let me know how that works out for you.
Hey,
That's all I want
Stonks.
to know.
Hey, right now the $2 glasses, but this is this is an investment to the future. One day those will be really expensive.
Yeah. Well,
But anyway, we've actually been recording for quite a while, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Good couple of podcasts tonight, guys. I think we got a lot of good topics on the table. I think we touched on a lot of stuff that I think people should know. Yeah. Hopefully we have a guest next week because
I think we'll have one. I'm working on
I think
it.
we will too. Yeah. I did talk to Carl, and hey, this is like a really early announcement to the audience. August 25th was our first guest episode with Carl Steffens that I went to college with. Recently talked to him. He's going to be traveling early in August, but he should be back in time to do a 1-year Gentleman's Bureau live event with our very first guest on his 1-year anniversary. And it actually works out to be a Saturday too, which is super perfect. And he'll have some great stuff to tell us about wherever he's going. I don't even know. I didn't ask. Didn't want to know. Wanted to save it. So yeah, look forward to that toward the end of August. We'll have plenty of guests on between now and then. And yeah, boys, I think it about does her. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And hey, if you know some people that could that would like to have their minds expanded upon, have their cord unplugged from the dogma of society. If you know anybody that likes to hear people shit on China, send them our way. Share our link.
Send them our way.
YouTube makes it super easy to share stuff. There's this little like right degree angle. I think it goes that way actually. Just click on that. You can share it to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook Messenger. You can send it in contacts. You can share it to everybody. You can subscribe.
All
That
right,
would really help.
old school
Actually,
email.
I think they got it.
yeah,
Like a
send it out
newsletter.
on your AOL email account. Okay.
Mm-hmm. AOL.
All right, everybody.
Quack.
Take it easy.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.